Okay, gang, this video is just for 6996. Okay, so it's focusing just on what's to come in that particular class. Um, Guys, so far I think things have gone well. I haven't looked at your all's second assignment where you went through the a an academic journal article and kind of did a thorough critique, looking at hypotheses and such. But I've glanced over them. They look okay, but I'll know more by the end of the day on that. But anyway, this video is being put up in week 10, and we find ourselves actually about where I wanted us to be. Some other classes I'm a little bit behind, 6,500. I think I'm about maybe a video behind on it, but no problem there. But we're actually about where we want to be. What's to come? There's going to be another assignment that you'll submit. And there's going to be, in addition to this video, there's going to be probably 2 more that'll be specific to, writing proposals and try to get you prepared for that process. But ultimately, guys, the drum roll, the research project is what we're all kind of building up to do. So here's what kind of the game plan is. I'm going to write an email to you telling you more about this. But we have, I think, an on-campus session November the 22nd, which I think is exactly a month from today. At that time, I want you to be prepared in your group to stand up and tell all of us what you're going to do. Now, it's not going to be that I'm not going to talk to you over the next month. In fact, there are going to be mandatory Google Hangout sessions that you guys are mandatory, right? are going to have to engage in. Up to now, the Google Hangout sessions haven't been mandatory. You guys have actually done a really good job checking in with me on that. But from here on out, they're going to be mandatory for 6996. 6,500 still. Come see me as you need me. So the first thing I need you to do is I need you to officially tell me who you're going to work with. Now, Brad, Shannon, Chris, I'm going to use you guys as an example here because I'm 99.99999, pretend I said a bunch of nines, % sure that you 3 are going to work together because of location, and I think you guys are going to work well together because of your strengths and weaknesses, admitted weaknesses. So expecting good things from you 3. But nevertheless, what you're going to have to do, along with everyone else, is the 3 of you are going to have to come up with a time that you can meet with me on a Google Hangout session. I'd like to get it started this week. If not, it's mandatory that you meet with me at least by the end of next week, which will be week 11. I think next Friday is October the 31st, which is Halloween. Keep in mind that I'll be taking my girls trick-or-treating on that evening, so I won't be able to meet much past probably 4 or 4:30 next Thursday. Also keep in mind, I'm sorry, next Friday. Also keep in mind that my Thursdays and my Tuesdays and Thursdays are pretty much I'm not available because I usually leave out of here about noon. And I meet with students pretty much nonstop until 5. And I teach from either 5 to 6:45 or 5 to 8. By the time I get home, it's usually 9:30 or 10, and I'm done. And but if we need to meet that late, if that's the only time you guys can arrange it, then that's fine. Nevertheless, guys, it's mandatory. You need to decide who you're going to work with. You need to shoot me an email, copy the other people in your group, and schedule a time within the next week and a half that the 2 or 3 or 4 of us, depending how many people you're working with, can sit down and talk about things. All right, so here's what I'm going to expect you to do when we meet. I'm going to expect you to have 3 ideas, and we're going to talk these things through. One idea that I'm going to throw out there, something that only one group will be able to do, As most of you know, we're teaching these dual credit courses, and we're teaching them to a group of high school students, but we're teaching college credit to them. What I'm doing is I'm giving the same exam, or at least most of the same exam questions, to my college students that the high school students will be given. Well, I think it'd be kind of neat to compare the responses on the exams. Now, I'm talking about not just comparing the means and standard deviations and doing a simple t-test. I'm talking about doing some item analysis and just seeing whether there is a difference in the responses across the dual credit presentation versus a traditional, typical, if you will, college level class taught on campus by me. I feel comfortable using my exams because of the exams that were posted on the Straight A Fund. A lot of those were mine, so the students are going to be familiar with my approach. So, and we maybe can even get some of Heather's stuff too. Heather Wall, some of her exams. So, that's a potential, but again, only one group will be able to do that. All right, gang, let's focus on your next assignment. Your next assignment is going to be find a master's thesis and critique it. I'd like for you to have this to me by the Monday after October 31st, so I'm going to assume that's probably November the 3rd. So anyway, it's the Monday after Halloween. If you don't get it to me until maybe Tuesday, that's fine. But stay in touch. When you email me and tell me, well, I need some extra time, but I say, okay, I'll give you a couple extra days, but it goes into a week longer. That's not cool. You need to get it in as close as possible. So don't abuse the extra couple of days that I'm giving you. Get this stuff to me as quickly as possible. All right, gang. So how are you going to find a master's thesis? Well, what I would do, and what I found to be very effective, is to just kind of centralize, if you will, or focus my attention just on master's theses in the state of Ohio. So if you'll go to Google and type Ohio State University master's theses, and it's going to want you to change it, but don't. I know this gets me where I want to go. And if you'll click search, the second option there says how to find dissertations and theses from Ohio State. Well, it actually turns out it gives you more than that. So if we click that, and if we come down to the second option, the first option gives you the option to search dissertations and theses written by Ohio State students, but this option looks more broadly at all students in Ohio colleges and universities. I think it goes all the way back to 2002, but don't hold me to that. All right, if you click that, under the heading, find a dissertation written by students at Ohio colleges and universities, you're going to see a link here that goes to Ohio Link. It's kind of cool. Now, the Electronic Thesis and Dissertation Center obviously has dissertations and master's thesis, so you're going to have to be a little creative in finding just the thesis. So let's say that I want to come up here and search, and guys, there are thousands of theses. So let's say that I want something that deals with something mathematical, calculators, whatever it may be. And I'm shooting from the hip here because I don't know what I'm going to find. So the first thing that I see is Case Western. It separates it out according to the submission site, and it actually I was wrong. It goes all the way back to 72. So it tells you the years. I would highly recommend looking at something kind of recent. And you get lots of hits, right? quite a few hits. So I look through there, and maybe I don't find anything I want, or maybe I do. And guys, you got to be creative with your searches. So here's something. This is an honors thesis from Ohio Dominican. Has a committee of PhD. Let's see. Looks like it's something that may work. So we can read the abstract and see that this is something that may interest you in terms of critiquing it. So I'm going to click it. And first thing it does, it gives me the year and the degree. This actually looks like it's more of an undergraduate thesis, but maybe not. I'm not really sure how their master's thesis actually works. But anyway, I can come on down and first of all look at something that's really important. What kind of citation method are you going to use? Well, if you're going to use APA, this is the way you need to cite this. If you're going to use MLA, you're going to need to cite that way. And I always write Chicago citation. So that's the way you would report it there. So this is going to be something that you're going to need to decide along with your group members. Which one are you going to use? Most people probably use APA. I tend to use Chicago just because that's what my dissertation folks did. Now, once you do this, if you come all the way to the bottom, you got files. Now, you can either view the document or you can download the document. Just depends on what your preference is there. I'm going to view it. So pop-up is blocked. So let's unblock the pop-up. And I'm going to click it again, and it should work this time. Now, guys, master's thesis can get pretty lengthy, but in terms of this assignment, you're critiquing it. What are the research hypotheses? What's the goals? What did they find? Computer is not working too well, so it looks like this internet connection is not gonna work here. But so this one's not bad. This person's not too windy after all. 54 pages. That's actually considering instruments and the reference pages and all that. That's actually not. Well, actually, just a reference pages. So that's actually not very long. My dissertation was 300 pages, so quite a bit longer. So anyway, guys, this is a way that you can look at master's theses that are created from students at universities in Ohio. So let's go back and have some more fun. Let's think about other ways that we could search. So let's say that the calculator just didn't do it for us. Maybe we want to look at gender in mathematics. Guys, I'm shooting from the hip here. I don't know what I'm going to find. May not find anything. And there's only two. So this is an examination of gender differences in today's mathematics classroom. That sounds pretty cool to me. Here's another one. This is actually in education psychology, using a mathematics fluency intervention as a method for reducing math anxiety in female students. Also, in my opinion, pretty cool stuff. All right, so gang, there's you've got the world at your fingertips if you just know where to look. So I wanted to let you know where to look. All right, so that's all I got. So this thing is going to be due, let's say Monday or Tuesday. It'll actually be our 12th week, so it'll be the Monday or the Tuesday after Halloween. Also, guys, get with me. Tell me when you guys want to meet for a Google Hangout session. You probably need to allow about an hour for this one, and I need all of you there. If you're working with 3 people and only 2 people can get there, that's not going to work. I want all of you, all 3 of you there. So start talking, guys. Again, a few more videos will be up November 22nd. Even though you're going to come to me with 3 thoughts at the Google Hangout session, we're going to get this down to 1 idea on the November 22nd on-campus session. You're going to present this. I'll give you more guidance on what I want you to present. Just kind of a brief PowerPoint on why you're thinking the way you're thinking, why you think it's interesting, what the literature review says about it, and kind of what you expect to find, what's your research hypothesis. And but again, there'll be more guidance on that at the proper time. Your final exam is is pretty clear. You submit your research project, your research proposal, I should say. All right, gang. So there'll be a video coming up soon on what the heck is a research proposal. So giving you guidance there too. That's all I got. Take care.